In this video, I will demonstrate how to use depositar. There are two instances of depositar. One is the production instance. This is our official site. It is at data.depositar.io. The other one is the demo site, which is the test instance, which is demo.depositar.io. If you want to test out the features or functionality of depositar, please use our demo site. But be mindful that the data on the demo site will be purged from time to time. For example, our next purge is set to happen at the end of this year. Before getting into the details, I want to show the basic infrastructure behind the depositar. There are two main methods of organizing data in depositar. There is project, and then there's dataset. In this figure, we can see that there are data sets within project, but there are also data sets outside of projects. For the data sets within projects, they can be set to be public or private. Private in this context means that the data set is open for project members only. For the data sets outside of the projects, they must be public and can be modified by any registered users. This is a behavior inherited from the CCAN package that we use. So if you want full control of what you upload, remember to create a project and put your data set within your project. If you have a project, you can also add members to it, and then you can assign different roles for them. But you can also be the only member for your own project. Within the data set, you can also describe it better with other metadata elements for better findability and discoverability. Last but not least, depositar is format agnostic. That means that it doesn't restrict what kinds of file format you upload. So here's the basic definition of project in depositar. They are used to create, manage, and publish collections of data sets, and users can have different roles within a project. There are three types of roles: member, editor, and admin. Also, a project aggregates metadata elements of all the data sets within it. We will take a look at this in the latter part of this video. And here's the dataset definition within depositar. It is a collection of data resources together with a description and other information at a fixed URL. This is what user sees when they search for data on depositar. As I mentioned earlier, datasets can be managed under a project. If they are not managed under a project, then it is public and can be modified by any registered users. But depositar will document all actions in the activity stream. Lastly, datasets can be enriched with detailed descriptions using metadata elements, so your datasets are easier to find and to be understood by others. For details about filling these metadata fields, you can visit our user guide Dataset Level for more information. Now let's take a look at how to use depositar. If you want to create projects, datasets, and upload data, you would need to register for an account. On the top right corner of our website, you can find a register button to get an account. How we use your data is documented in the privacy policy, and there are also terms of use on our website if you are interested in knowing more about our service. For this video, I will use the demo site to present a use case using my co-presenter Lan's project and datasets. In the private browsing window, I already logged into my demo account. On my dashboard, under my projects, you can see all the projects that I currently belong to, and the one I'm using is the public health policy in Vietnam. I am currently an editor in this project. For other projects, I am the admin. So let's click into it. you can see that there are currently 3 data sets within this project, and it has a lot of detailed information, including project description, and then data set description. Each resource also has its own description, and this data set also includes these Wikidata keywords and process steps information that also address how users can reuse this data. Back to the project view, I want to use a use case in this video, and then there's one file that I would like to add to Qin Lan's data set called Misinformation, Disinformation, and Vaccine Hesitancy in Vietnam. This file is her literature review, and they are potentially useful for Qin Lan's future studies or for other researchers in the same field. But first, let's take a look at the dataset information. And these are already filled by Lan. And there are a few things I want to mention. There's required fields, and there's required fields for ARC. Required fields are the fields that depositar need from you to publish your dataset. So all of the required fields are, you need to fill in information in those. For required fields for ARC identifier, this is if you want to get an ARC persistent identifier for your dataset, then you need to supplement information for title, start time, end or end time, and creator. Then an ARC identifier will be generated. I also want to mention and showcase how you use the Wikidata keywords field. For this data set, I think we can add in one more keyword, public health policy. And how it works is that when you type in the words, it will do a search on Wikidata and show you all relevant keywords, and you can find the one that fits your description. So this is the one I would choose. For other fields, they are all supplemented. For license, I want to mention that currently it is listed as license not specified because this data set has different types of data, different files, and then including metadata that is usable for others. But for some files, they have different types of licensing option. So Lan documented these under the process step. For project, it is listed under the correct project, and we currently want them to be public, so we are not checking this box open for project members only. If you have data set that you want to keep for yourself for now, then you can check this box. And let's click update dataset since we added one more Wikidata keyword. And then the keyword has been added here. I still need to include a file, so let's click into manage again, and then under resources, click add new resource. And then we can upload this PDF file that I would like to include. There's also a description that I would like to add. Just copy and paste it onto the description field. For format, let's put PDF file and click add. Then the data file has been included here with the description and the preview. So this is how you can use Depositar to manage your data. And I want to mention that project aggregates all the metadata fields that the data sets have. For example, one example is this public health policy keyword that we just included has been added to this Wikidata keywords filter. And if you have a lot of data sets within the project, you can use these to navigate and to filter information and find the resource you want. So this concludes our demo video for today. If you want to test out the features and functionality, feel free to register for an account on Depositar demo site.